Good afternoon. Please remain standing while I invite their cabellas to sing O Canada.
Please sit down, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 106th Convocation of the University of Waterloo. The 106th Convocation. So I was thinking about all of you math graduates, and also, of course, the fact that we have the Stanley Cup Finals taking place. Unfortunately, no Canadian team is there, but it is taking place. And it reminded me a story of a hockey story that I thought I'd share with you. A very popular story with the former president of the University of Waterloo, now Governor General David Johnston. And the story goes something like this. This is up north, a hockey coach walked into the locker room before a big game. He looked at his star player and he said, "You know, I'm not supposed to let you play because you failed your math exam. But I do have one option. I can give you one question, and if you answer that question, you're in, we can play." Star player. So he said, "Okay, listen to me very carefully. Here's the question." So the star player was looking at him, and he said, "What is 2 plus 2? Star player looked at it for a moment, thought, then he said, 4. The coach was excited. He said, "Did you say 4? And just as all of the players were listening, all of the other players came back and ran to the coach and said, "Come on, coach, give him one more chance." I don't think any of you will have that problem in math. But a warm welcome. It's very nice to see you all, and we have a nice convocation planned for you. The convocations at Waterloo are a celebration of the achievements of our graduates. And this afternoon, we celebrate with those graduates in the Faculty of Mathematics, including software engineering. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the Senate of the University, I'd like to express my congratulations and best wishes to all the students who will graduate this afternoon. Please savor every minute of today's ceremony and the celebrations that will follow with your circle of family and friends. Today is a rite of passage, a passage to an exciting future where you can apply knowledge, share your expertise, or continue learning. I also welcome the families and guests of the graduating students. Your presence today is a tangible demonstration of your support and commitment to the success of our graduates. We will begin with the conferring of an honorary degree and title on an individual who has distinguished himself in the academy. We will then confer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Finally, medals will be awarded to graduating students who have excelled in their studies. The proceedings will take less than 2 hours, and we ask that you remain in your place until the convocation is adjourned and the academic procession has left the convocation hall. The ceremony blends certain age-old university rites and protocols with a spirit of informality that characterizes Waterloo. We trust it will be an occasion to enjoy and an occasion to remember. Graduates, I offer you my congratulations, and as you move from Waterloo, I challenge you. Take risks, be unconventional, but do not forget that honesty, integrity, and strength of character should be the driving force in all that you do. As an aside, when I was your age, I was introduced to a book by Napoleon Hill, and the title of the book was Think and Grow Rich. And it's a wonderful book that studied success stories of businessmen, doctors, politicians, scientists, and others. The book analyzed the principles behind their success and explained it in very simple terms, concluding finally with this line: what the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. What the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. So one day, when finally you've made your mark in the world, make sure you give back to others less fortunate. After all, every one of us has benefited from the wisdom, advice, and generosity of others that have helped shape our careers. So let me just close with a Chinese proverb, and it goes something like this: if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, go help somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to this convocation, and the convocation will now begin. I will now invite David Landrio, Associate Professor, Department of Statistics and Actual Science, to the podium. David.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Hans Gerber. The impact of the contribution of Hans Gerber to actuarial science over the past half-century have been second to none. His seminal research contributions in the diverse area of insurance risk measures, utility theory, martingales, dividend strategies, ruin theory, option pricing, and finance has redirected modern actuarial thought. Remarkably, he may properly be viewed as one of the founders in not just one, but in most of these research areas. He repeatedly has employed original, innovative thinking to formulate problems of interest and then apply that thinking to provide solutions. His research introduced martingale techniques to the insurance risk theoretic community and incorporated deficit analysis into the modeling of surplus, a far-sighted idea in terms of insurance risk management. He also helped bridge the gap between insurance risk theory and investment modeling by introducing a diffusion component into standard models and incorporated the use of Escher transform into the valuation of option prices. Another seminal paper resulted in an ongoing series of Gerber-Shue conferences on surplus and related analysis. He also identified a mathematical connection between devinance and the now celebrated discounted penalty function of ruin theory. Hans played a founding role in insurance mathematics and insurance, arguably the premier academic actuarial journal in the world, and also helped organize the Swiss International Actuarial Summer School. His remarkable contributions are evidenced in his 2 honorary degrees from the Catholic University of Leuven in Belgium and from the Université Claude Bernard in Lyon, France. He has also won numerous prizes from professional actuarial organizations, including the Centennial Award of the International Actuarial Association, the Edward Lowe Award, and 3 Amstad Prizes of the Society of Actuaries, as well as the first quinquennial Insurance Mathematics and Economics Award. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to actuarial science, I request that you confer the degree of Doctor of Mathematics honoris causa upon Hans Gerber.
I am honored to confer upon you, Hans Gerber, the degree of Doctor of Mathematics honoris causa, and I extend my sincere congratulations.
I now invite Dr. Gerber to address Convocation.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, distinguished guests, dear graduates, that means future alumni, and members of your family and friends, members of the academic community of the University of Waterloo and of other universities, dear friends. Let us enjoy this day. This is an important day for all of us. For the graduates, this is because your diploma is a testament to your academic accomplishments, and it is also something like an entry ticket to the job market. You are in an excellent position because your diploma is from a first-rate institution with an outstanding international reputation. Here is an illustration of this. In a study published this year, the actuarial group of the University of Waterloo was ranked #1 on a worldwide basis. The study was based on the research over the past 20 years. I should add that computer science and statistics have similar rankings. So all my respect. Do you expect me to give you some advice? I'm certainly old enough to give you advice, but unfortunately, I'm not wise enough. So I can merely give you some observations, or I can give you advice from other sources. I hope I will not be accused of plagiarism. At the university, you learn certain skills at a high technical level. Putting them to work in practice will be a real challenge. At the university, You learned how to solve sophisticated mathematical problems. You will discover that in practice, some of the important problems are not of a mathematical nature. Many of you will have to be flexible in two ways, geographically and also with respect to your function on the job. Such flexibility should go hand in hand with a due respect of your roots. Finally, combining a professional career with a family might be a challenge. There is no general recipe for or universal optimal solution to this. Today is also an important day for your professors. After all, teaching is a crucial part of their activity, and we are proud of you. On a personal note, I'm deeply honored to receive this honorary degree from the University of Waterloo. It is said that Toronto is the economic center of Canada. However, Waterloo is a center of actuarial science, and this on a worldwide scale. Waterloo has also two members of the faculty who have been presidents of the Society of Actuaries and of international actuarial organizations. Even now, walking through the corridors and seeing the faculty names, one has the impression of a who is who in actuarial science. Best of all, many are my friends. My friends, this is an important day for all of us. Let us enjoy it. I wish you the very best for your future. Thank you.
Dr. Gerber, congratulations, and thank you very much for those encouraging words. Also, welcome to becoming a member of Waterloo's distinguished alumni. Will members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
I wish you to be vested in me and in the University. I hereby admit you to the various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
Please be seated. I now invite Terence Chun to come forward and deliver the valedictory address. Terence.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The first thing I want to say is congratulations to everyone in the class of 2013. You've done it. We've done it. Now the real world awaits. Go get it. To our parents, thank you all for your support. None of us would be here today without your love and cash. And yes, we did spend some of it on beer, but most on getting us where we are today. You have guided us, coached us, and applauded us from day one, and let us have the humility to continue to accept the wisdom that you can impart on us. To our professors, who have challenged us, inspired us, expanded our views of the world, encouraged us to think outside the box, helped us with problems academic and non-academic too, thank you. Classmates, as we go forward in this world, let us have the character to selflessly volunteer our help to others like our parents and professors have helped us. Join me in giving our parents and professors and families a big round of applause to show our immense gratitude and appreciation. Let's now take a moment to thank each other, class of 2013. Let's be grateful for the friends we've made, the classmates we've met, and the groups we've been a part of. Let's reminisce about the relationships we've experienced and the friendships we've strengthened, about the connection of thoughts and collection of emotions, both high and low, that we have shared. Do you remember the lows? The meal plan, which despite the delicious spicy chicken wrap, was never as good as mom's home cooking and dad's barbecues. The endless tests and assignments, quizzes and problem sets, tutorials, projects, readings, presentations, and final exams. Just as the winter holidays were approaching and the nice summer weather was getting close. Or logging into JobMine, painstakingly adding your ideal co-op jobs to your shortlist one click at a time, uploading your HTML resume, finally clicking submit, and then seeing the formatting come out all wrong again. Do you remember waking up so many times for 8:30 a.m. lectures after, shall I say, night of festivities? Do you remember the Graham-Schmidt method for generating an orthogonal set of vectors? Do you remember the definition of a p-value being the probability of obtaining a value as extreme as the one observed, given that the null hypothesis is true? Or the many other things we have learned that have no practical application in life? Unless you're planning to be an astrophysicist. Do you remember writing that 3-hour exam, seeing someone stand up and hand in their paper after 1 hour and wondering to yourself, how in the world can I compete with them in the job market with someone who is that smart? How? And I do remember, after all, just 2 weeks into lectures, sitting in Larry Smith's economics class and being told that the world economy was in shambles and that our futures were all in jeopardy. Often, lows fade into memory and we remember the highs instead. That's a good way to approach life. See the glass is half full, not half empty. What were the highs? Well, I'm sure they were different for all of us. I'm sure we were all very happy about our new independence as our parents dropped us off for Frost Week. Do you remember Professor Walchuk's legendary end-of-semester dances? The allure of a new relationship. Being questioned by puzzled friends, perhaps family, about why you wanted to be a math major or a CS major, and then owning it and being really proud of being a math major? Do you remember Bomber Wednesdays? How about the opening of the new math building, a very welcome change from the old math building? Do you remember reading the National Post and saying to yourself, I get it, finally, as your perspective on politics and the world evolved within your own framework of independent thinking? Or the many moments of apprehension, academic and non-academic, how they seemed daunting at the time, and yet you overcame them time and time again. Congratulations. Thinking back, there was a natural ebb and flow to our undergraduate studies, from the lazy start of each term to the inevitable first assignment, to the stressful crunch week with 3 midterms and 2 assignments, and then some calm before the storm of midterm number 2, and then to the frantic period of final exams. There's an ebb and flow to the real world, too. Stock markets will go up and come crashing down. Exchange rates will rise and fall. World politicians will bring hope and deliver sometimes, but not others. Companies like Nortel and now RIM will be at the top of their game and then at the bottom. Yes, life moves in cycles. I urge all of us to remember that our experiences and successes will be varied and cyclical. But no matter how challenging a scenario may seem, no matter how daunting, there will always be a way to the light at the end of the tunnel, an always successful outcome for smart, adaptable people like you. How does one increase the chances of succeeding and being content in an ever-changing, fast-paced world? Have a set of principles, a set of internal beliefs that never changes, just evolves. A few months ago, I listened to a presentation here at Waterloo. The speaker was talking about a neat concept. He suggested picking 10 principles or traits that were important to you and committing to improving yourself in all those 10 areas. He spoke about balance, about blending confidence with humility, meant balancing judgment with emotion. He spoke about having good moral character, the inside you, while presenting an engaging personality to the outside world. He said you could best leverage your knowledge of the past by having a focused vision for the future. Take action, but take it with passion. Some of these, confidence, judgment, character, knowledge, and action, are left brain skills, and the others, humility, emotion, personality, vision, and passion, are right brain skills. The most successful people in life, in business, and in personal relationships always strike a balance between their two brains. Over the past 5 years, we've been working largely on one of the 10 traits you described, knowledge. That's what school's about. We certainly know a lot more about math than when we began, and hopefully, of course, about growing up and life and responsibilities and our own interests, likes, and dislikes. And we've done this all together on this campus. Well, after today, our paths are going to diverge. Some of us are going to pursue further studies, some of us have found a career, and some of us are still looking. But we are going to diverge. And so, while we will always share the bond of an undergraduate math degree from the University of Waterloo, I urge all of you to work on the other traits that you value. Let me say that again, that you value, be it character, love, judgment, or otherwise. I won't make any grand declarations about what we, the class of 2013, will accomplish in the future. The successes will be different for each of us. What I will comment on is that in the past 4 or 5 years since we started undergrad, Waterloo's name, brand, and reputation has continued to grow. I know from the caliber of talent in the students and the staff that Waterloo will continue to be a powerhouse of innovation and become more of a household and global name. Its alumni, past and present, those in the room today, will contribute to this reputation. Of that, I have no doubt. In 10, 20, 30 years, when people ask, "Where did you go to university?" say it loud, say it proud, say Waterloo for math, and they'll say, "Whoa." Fellow graduates, I pledge and I ask you to make the same commitment. To go out into the world and make it better. Make it mathier, nerdier, and smarter. Make it wiser and more thoughtful. Make it fun for those you interact with. Make it more compassionate and caring by asking how to give of yourself before wondering what others can give to you. Learn from others. Everyone has at least one skill better than you, and non-math skills are important too. Let the world see that math grads don't just have awesome left brains, but awesome right brains too. The principles you bring to your life perspective tomorrow will guide how you mentor others and how you eventually raise your children. Let me say once again to our parents and our professors, thank you for ingraining in us the principles that are part of who we are today. As we shape our lives going forward, we will do our best not just for ourselves, but for everything that you have wanted for us and done for us. My last thank you is to all of you for giving me the big privilege of sharing my musings. I know I still have a lot to learn, but that makes for exciting chapters to come. I'll leave you all with a quote from the great Ralph Waldo Emerson. "Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail." Fellow graduates, it's been an honor, a great several years. Now let's get our degrees.
Terence, let's thank you for your passion for life and your words of encouragement. We have just formally acknowledged the significant achievements of our graduates. And make no mistake, graduates, your achievements have been significant. You have been challenged. You have been stretched. You have invested your time and effort in Waterloo, and if we have done our job correctly, you will see a significant return on your investment when you leave campus. You have worked hard, tirelessly even, to make the financial sacrifices necessary to undertake your education. We hope it has been worth your every penny. However, as I look around today, it is obvious there are many spouses, partners, parents, and other special people who are sharing in this achievement of our graduating class. In this age of online social networking, when connections can be forged far and wide, we should take the opportunity to remind ourselves of the most important social network of all, our families. Graduates, your family has played an important part in your education, from getting you off to a good start at a young age, in some cases helping to finance your education, to inspiring, encouraging, and consoling you from time to time, especially at exam time. For many of our students, particularly our international graduates, your families have had to travel a long distance to celebrate with you here today. For others, your family members were unable to be here. However, we do feel their presence. Graduates, know that we at the University of Waterloo appreciate the family contributions and sacrifices that have been made so that you could study here. And so at this time, I'd like to call upon the parents, spouses, families, and special friends of the graduating class to please rise. Please join in me in applauding the support that they have given you. Please be seated. Thank you. If you would like to take photographs, you can do so at the left of the platform. Please enter this area by going to the left side of the gym, the back there, and down the hallway. If you approach this area just before your special graduate is about to cross the stage, you can then take pictures. Graduates, please show respect for your fellow classmates and their guests by returning to your seat after you've been hooded and remaining there until convocation is adjourned. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees. I now invite Ian Goulden, Dean, and David McKinnon, Associate Dean, Undergraduate Studies of the Faculty of Mathematics, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science, University Honors Program. Varun Bardwaj, Christophe Biacha, Christopher Campanella. Yang Chen, Yu Xiang Cheng, Jonathan Chi Hang Chik. Jonathan Charles Nelson Collins, Shu Tsui, Michael Benjamin Dodge. Nadiar Enegezi, Xin Guo, Chaolei Huang. Wen Huang, Timothy Scott Hughes Large, Jonathan Tanguy Koff. Jia Yang Li, Wen Hao Li, Rani Liang. Zhang Hua Lin, Yang Hao Mai, James Mitchell Miracle. Sakwan O, Benjamin Chun Man Tam, Ho Ching Sui. James Benjamin Wee, Razvan Bleku, Hanson Wang. John Wang, Curtis Witzel, Zhang Han Shu. Hongbo Yang, Insu Yoon, Ji Yuan Zheng. Xiang Zheng, Jian Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science, University Honors Cooperative Program. Basil Al-Dajain, Daniel Mirko Almer, Zachary Harrison Bowen. Roseanne Christine Borja, Evan Casey Brody, Joseph Carino. Rami Masri Charani, Aaron Chen, Debbie Chen. Shi Chen, Kyle Nathan Chessman, John Yi Chiang. Lauren Chong, Kevin Cho, Stephen Michael Elliott. Susan Fung, Gregory Filgiano, Natalie Sarah Fox. Serban Gachiu, John Aaron Gamble, Wakar Gill. Nipun Praveen Goel, Prescott Dixon Goldsworthy, Jake Andrew Green. Mark Hamonic, Lin He, Jack Xiaoxi Huang. Alexander Hughes, Shi Chao Jia, Lu Jiang. Nelson Winhan Zhang, Kyung Min Kim, Kevin Michael Klapek. Colin Alexander Kruger, Girishan Koganaswaran, Calvin Kwan. Ben David Woodburn Langmuir, Jun Wan Lee, Zheng Hyung Lee. Matthew Lewis, Hao Bei Li, Zhu Xuan Ling. David Thomas Linley, Zhe Long, J. Mahendru. Michael Joseph Mayolo, Samantha Jo McElveen, Matthew Ian McFerrin. Anna Merkulevich, Giancarlo Riccardo Misazzi, Zeus Visby Mystery. Timothy Nozel, Mark Olita, Nicholas John Ormrod. William Park, Michael William Petrashko, Rahul Prabhakar. Matthew James Precious, Andre Reknick, Jordan Abraham Regier. Jason Tyler Rhinus, Sean Dimmick Robertson, William Reese Saunders. Ruchit Sharma, Matthew James Smith, Matthew Ernest Stevens. Salma Suleiman, Jack Truong, Desmond Song. Robert Allen Van Gennep, Andrew John Vanderveen, Inger Wu. Chun Shu, Shihong Yan, Chuan Yang. Jacob Louis Zavitz, Ben Yuan Zhang, Bushi Zhang. Hao Zhang, Dongfang Zhao, Mengqi Zhao. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics, University Honours Program. Glorine Banin Abbasi, Muhammad Amin, Alvin Shuhin Al. Chi Chi Bao, Madison Bernhard Blythe, Caitlin Ann Catchpole. Jian Feng Chen, Min Sang Cho, Yu Chanru Tong. Wen Ching Tsui, Yang Jie Dong, Ayan Gupta. Jiajun Fang, Solomon Farrow, Donnie Ho Chung Fong. Bowen Gao, Mallory Gilmore, Jiadong Guo. Ting Zhu He, Stephen Thomas Hobbs, Billy Yuxiang Huang. Shiraz Hussain, Safiya Yatali, Yanling Jin. Naresh Jugurnath, Alexander Kendrew, Chung Lin Ko. Yulia Lakau Rodean, Stephanie Zichung Lee, Simi Sinmen Leung. Chunyi Lee, Shi Lee, Ying Lee. Yuan Li, Laura Li Fua Wing, Sen Lin. Jia Wei Liu, Song Chun Liu, Da Hai Long. Yu Chao Lo, Yin Hong Liu, Maha Mansur. Richard Norman Matheson, Li Sha Mo, Lisa D. Mu. Mehdi Mohammed Mulani, Svetlana Mushtar, Ziyi Ni. Tariq Paris, Xiang Yu Pei, Matthew Timothy Farrow. Jun Chin, Chao Chu, Shayana Rahim. Darwin Drexel Irapta Rubio, Yujuan Shang, Tai Shanji. Yinling Song, Marta Spites, Dongyu Su. Hao Yang Sun, Tin Seto, Raymond Tan. Chen Wang, Jing Wang, Ying Wang. Yu Long Wang, Walter Ching Wang, Le Tian Chu. Le Yang, Lin Yang, Xuanyu Yao. Kathy Hoi Shan Yip, Su Rong Yo, Danny Jueting Yu. Man Hon Yu, CG Yu, Su Ning Yu. Lei Yuan, Jonathan Michael Zach, Chung Zung. Dai Zhang, Jia Hui Zhang, Lu Jie Zhang. Qi Zhao, Yi Zhao. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics, University Honours Cooperative Program. Ivan Au, Jason Jonathan Robert Baker, Jing Bian. Gaurav Biswas, Reinhard Kagara, Lu Cao. Joshua S. Chi, Lily X. Chen, Xinyu Chen. Shuetong Chun, Zhao Ji Chun, Lani Chung. Terence Yi Feng Chin, William Joseph Chong, Edwin Ka-ho Chow. Laura Ann Culp, Linda Chilian Dung, Richard DeVries. Manisha Diaz, Matthew Mitchell Dixon, Timothy Mark Dresser. Jason Fung, Gerald Gajowski, Andrew Joseph Good. Salina Hajiani, Amy Karen Hamilton, Ke Jing Ho. Aaron Hendrickson Gracie, who is also the recipient of the Samuel Eckler Medal for the highest standing in actuarial science. Wei En Su, Samson Hu, Ryan Christopher Hu Yun. Jung Ho Hyun, Heather Joanne Eisenegger, Sifan Jha. Fan Jiang, Patricia Emily Judd, Ariane Karbasi. Mi Ga Kim, Thomas Kim, Yanina Klimenko. Hussein Lasi, Kahang Lam, Egor Larionov. Patrick Lee, Amelia Zheyang Lee, Jawon Lee. Sean Lee, Lee Liu, Si Yuan Liu. Claire Liu, Yu Xiang Liu, Michael Xiao Yi Lu. Xiao-On Leon Luk, Yao Luo, Leslie Lee. Jingjing Ma, Faisal Mian, Jacob Elliott Martinen. Laura McKay, Charlie May, Alexander Mikhailov. Karen Mock, Enrique Haggad Moran, Isaac Frederick John Morgan. Yi Feng Mu, Amanda Ruth Murdoch, Hai Lin Pan. Robert Jefferson Phillips, James Elliott Ramett, Yi Run. Huda Syed, Stephanie Shah, Ye Yun Shin. Ainan Siddiqui, Kelvin Kin Lun Seo, Abizar Ali Somani. Edward Yang Song, Samantha Rose Startek, Calvin Tan. Ka Mern Tan, Farida Christina Thomas, Kelvin Kawang Tong. Judith Kayan Tse, Aaron Russell Voker, Brennan Matthew Walsh. Stephen Wan, Alan Wang, Mengshi Wang. Zhuoxi Wang, Shaodi Wang, Wen Wang. Xiao Wei, Jun Yu Wen, Kyle James Wilhelm. Jeffrey Brian Willems, Ka Ying Wong, David Wong. Andrew Xiao, Shilin Yang, Sabrina Yu. Zhuoyan Zhang, David Zhang, Jinyi Zhang. Matthew Ningzhou Zhang, Jianyao Zhang, Yiyue Zhang. Yiwen Zhang, Mo Zhou, Konrad Zielinski. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Andrew Morton, Director of Software Engineering, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Software Engineering. Mohammed Adil Badruddin, Antoine Bassan, Thomas Cameron White. Renaud Bourassa Denis, also the recipient of the Ontario Professional Engineers Foundation for Education Gold Medal for Academic Achievement Award, and the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Academic Excellence. Cao, Elit Shi, Stephen Shiwan Chen, Yishuan Chen, Suhu Cho, Joshua Cowan. Natasha Anita D'Souza, Joshua Singh Dhaliwal, Alexander Clark Ellsworth. Ryan Erickson, Travik Ravanera Fernando, Gabriella Julia Grandivi. Shaylin Kashif Govind. Also the recipient of the Sanford Fleming Foundation Medal for Cooperative Work Term Proficiency. Bhargava Gunturi, Kenneth Kat Chi Ho, Samuel Ho. Timothy Ryan Shrine, Shiraikan Ketharanathan Jungtai Kim. Daniel C.G. Kuahara, Daniel Alex Lamb, Joshua Flower. Victoria Lee, Adam Lisinski, Sharon Lee. Stephen Ryan Lim, Michael Liu, Xinmei Liu. Jeremy Lin, Andrew David Machina, Jeffrey Morgan. Hero Andre Morzov, Shell Yan, Scott William Reed. Adrian J. Rodrigo, Andrew Russell, Marina Samuel. Koku Shanmukaraja, Andrew Shapiro Munn, Eugene Saladin. Wei Song, Noah Sugarman, Victor Hoi Kwon Tong. Michael Strong, Kevin Young Pavel Galasso, Kim Vermeulen. Jason Han Wu, Stephen Wu, Xiaoyu Zhang. Xin Zhao, Stefan Thomas Zinkert Holman. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Levant Tinchell, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Health Informatics. Glenn Williams Davids, Maryam Adil Hassan, Mahin Sheikh, Henry Zakay, Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Mathematics. Jin Chen, Ying Chen, Yia Chen. Osvaldo Espin Garcia, Kern Yan Ho, Koltunova Veronica, Daniel Kazimor, Feng Le, Jiao Liang, Quan Liu, Yanshin Liu, Human Mohajeri, Natalie Moon, Sarah Nancy Pitcock, Dmitry Prieskin. Lloyd Rowat, Ryan Samaratunga, Daniel Ernest Severn. Yufeng Zhao, Zhaowei Shen, Alexander Slavik. Chenxing Wang, Daojing Wang, Duo Wang. Guanzong Wang, Qianyi Zhang, Yin Zhang. Yijie Zhao, thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Quantitative Finance. Lunzi Chai, Yin-Hei Cheng, Volodymyr Lozinski. Ancheng Luo, Craig James Silnius, Yu Wang. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Mümtaz Ahmad, Masal Al-Sabah, Mirza Ömer Bey, Francisco Jose Claude Faust, Lachlan Thomas Dutton, Elodie Cecile Diane Fourcourt, Robert Fraser, Carol Huang. Hao Cheng Li. Michael Alexander McIsaac. Zhongjian Man. Umar Farouk Minhas. Chao Chiu. Alejandro Salinger. Shu Tong Se. Yanqiao Zheng. Rui Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but who were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
I now invite Jeff McBoyle, Vice President Academic and Provost, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Douglas Robert Stinson. The designation university professor was approved by Senate in 2003 to recognize the exceptional scholarly achievement and international preeminence of the university's most accomplished faculty members. Professor Stinson has made numerous significant contributions to cryptography, combinatorial mathematics, and their interaction. He is extremely prolific, having published over 300 papers and several books. Most importantly, however, his work has had a profound and lasting impact in many areas of computer science and mathematics. Graduating with a PhD in combinatorics and optimization from the University of Waterloo in 1981, he then joined the University of Manitoba, rising through the academic ranks to become a full professor in computer science in 1986. In 1990, he moved to the University of Nebraska, where he remained until 1998, when he returned to the University of Waterloo, holding the NSERC Certicon Industrial Research Chair in Cryptography. He is currently a full professor in the Cheriton School of Computer Science. Professor Stinson is probably best known as being one of the pioneers in the field of combinatorial cryptography, in which combinatorial structures such as designs and codes are used to construct unconditional, secure crypto systems. As a result of his first-class accomplishments, he was elected as a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada in 2011. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to computer science, most notably in the field of combinatorial cryptography, I request that you award the title of University Professor to Douglas Robert Stinson. I now invite David Gaw, University of Waterloo alumnus, to the podium.
J. Wesley Graham, one of the founders of the faculties of mathematics, was responsible more than any one person for Waterloo becoming synonymous with computing and computer science throughout the world. He established teams of experts that created software for which the university is renowned. He established a model under which the numerous companies have commercialized university research and innovation. In his honor, in 1994, the university established the J.W. Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation to recognize annually the graduate who exemplifies the qualities shown by Professor Graham. The 2013 recipient of the J.W. Graham Medal is Jay Steele. Jay graduated from the University of Waterloo Mathematics Co-op program in 1996. During co-op studies, Jay had the opportunity to work for companies like Michelin, Side Effects Software, Pulse Microsystems, and even for the University of Waterloo Computer Graphics Lab. During Jay's formative years at the University of Waterloo, he had the privilege of becoming one of the few undergrad members of the Computer Graphics Lab under the tutelage of Professor Richard Bartels. After graduating in 1996, Jay founded a company called Plasmic, which grew to 40 people worldwide with offices in Toronto and Tokyo, selling 2D graphics technologies in Japan on the iMode wireless telephone service. He was the president and CTO of Plasmic until it was sold to BlackBerry in 2001. Later, Jay left BlackBerry to co-found another company, Toronto-based Vigo, in 2004, a company specializing in the development of RSS, or really simple syndication, and information services technologies for the mobile and wireless industry. Jay was the CTO. In March of 2010, Vigo was acquired by BlackBerry, where Jay stayed on as senior director in the Halifax office until March of this year. In addition to all of this, Jay is an amateur photographer and filmmaker, an NHL hockey fan, he told me to say go Leafs go, and Formula One racing fan. Most important of all, he's a husband and father of 2 teenage girls. J.W. Graham led through an extraordinary mix of innovation and entrepreneurship. Jay Steele has exemplified both of these qualities, both in startup companies and the much larger BlackBerry organization, twice. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his remarkable achievements as a graduate of the Faculty of Mathematics, I request that you present the J.W. Graham Medal in Computation and Innovation to Jay Steele.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, ladies and gentlemen, since 1957, nearly 160,000 individuals have graduated from the University of Waterloo. Today, the class of 2013 joins that great assembly as they cross the stage and make the transition from student to alumnus. Graduates, your time as students may be ending, but I hope your connection to the university will last a lifetime. I urge you to explore the continued opportunities the university offers you to learn, to grow, and to contribute. In that spirit of connection, Waterloo's alumni are proud to recognize each year those undergraduate and graduate students who have achieved academic excellence. At Spring Convocation, we honor undergraduate students from each faculty, while students in master's and doctoral programs are recognized at Fall Convocation. To each of these exceptional students, we award the Alumni Gold Medal. This solid gold medal, engraved with the recipient's name and degree, as well as the university's insignia, symbolizes their outstanding effort. This afternoon, an extraordinary student will join those who have been recognized for their exceptional accomplishments. Mr. Chancellor, as a 1978 graduate of the Faculty of Mathematics and a member of the Alumni Council, I am pleased to present to you the 2013 recipient of the Alumni Gold Medal for the Faculty of Mathematics. She graduates today with a Bachelor of Mathematics degree in Business Administration and Mathematics and Statistics. Krithika Suresh. I now invite Faradin, and I'm going to get your name wrong. That's you. To the podium. I'm sorry.
Every day at work at the university is a very special day, but Convocation days are extra special. We get to see your transformation here. When I address the first day of school in September, when I welcome our students, I see a different crowd than the one I'm seeing today. I talked to many of you. I had the privilege of talking and shaking your hand and asked you what you'll be doing next. Many of you are going to fabulous graduate schools. Many of you have wonderful jobs waiting for you. Many of you are so courageous. You started your own company, or you're working with some startups. Whatever you're doing, you are so enthusiastic about it. And most of all, you're so confident with what you'll be doing next. I'm so proud that we were part of building that confidence in you. Before I say anything else, I think, Mr. Chancellor, we owe a big round of applause to our graduating class this year. It's been a long afternoon, but a very pleasant one. You've been patiently sitting there and congratulating every single one of our graduates. So let me try to be brief. It's not easy, but I'm going to try. Just want to leave you with two thoughts. One is the very degree that you're holding in your hands. It's a very special degree for two very important reasons. One is that is your degree and your degree alone. A lot of people here help you, no doubt about it, but you earned that degree with your own hard work, with your own integrity. Some of you probably spent many, many years, day and night, you lived with it, slept with it, ate with it, but you earned the degree. Wonderful PhDs, some of you did your master's, and many of you spent 4 to 5 years for your undergraduate degrees. It is your degree. Be very proud of it. And the second reason why you should be very proud of it, it is a University of Waterloo degree. It's a very special degree. As Terence put it, we are a very innovative university. We made a promise to this country, to our students, to our community, that we will be at the cutting edge of everything we do. We have been going through the pathway that there was no pathway to begin with. We established the lead instead of following others' lead. And for that reason, for the past 21 years, our university, your university, has been chosen the most innovative university in this country for the past 20 years, consecutive years. It's a very important distinction. We will continue doing that. We will continue being the most innovative university and most research-intensive university, not only in this country but around the world, because we made a promise. We owe it to you, we owe it to our community, we owe it to our country. We find it to be very exciting because you are making us do that. You have proven that we can do that. You're going to go out and you'll continue challenging us for doing much better. I also expect you to tackle some very important problems, important challenges, but also that process, make sure that you make a lot of money so you can come back and donate it back to the university. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great afternoon. We are very proud of our students. We're very proud of our graduates. I will leave you with one final thought, that you have made the grade, graduates. Now go make your mark. Congratulations. Good afternoon.
Just before the convocation is adjourned, I just wanted to mention to you, and you know the expression, universities unleash talent, and that's the talent that's being unleashed this afternoon. But of course, it doesn't take place in a vacuum. We have the dedicated faculty and staff to thank, first of all, so I'd appreciate it if you can give them a nice round of applause, the staff and the faculty. And then on your behalf, the leadership, beginning with Jeff McBoyle, who is the provost of the university. Jeff. And finally, the leader of the university, the president, vice chancellor of the university, Ferdinand Hamdalapur. Ferdinand. Graduates, you're on your way. The future is ahead of you. God bless you in everything that you do. The convocation is adjourned.